Hey superstar, Gavin is here from Wake Up Fulfilled. Welcome back to my channel, the #1 place for goal-getting empaths and light workers who want to manifest an inspired life. In this video, we're going to be talking about why even be bothered about spirituality. Why bother being spiritual? What's the point? I'm talking about it's really important that you understand this concept, and I'm going to be sharing with you a quick disclaimer before we get started. But before I do that, leave a comment below saying I am a superstar, oh yes, in order to win my sleep shifting course. We select 3 winners a day, and if you've won, you'll be on screen right now. DM me on Instagram and we'll send you out the course right away. So why even bother being spiritual? Let me give you a quick disclaimer about spirituality. I think a lot of people don't understand, right? Spirituality and law of attraction are 2 separate things. The law of attraction is a law of the universe, right? Spirituality is something completely separate. Now, everything is one. I understand that in spirituality, but in terms of the 3D, spirituality and law of attraction, 2 separate things. And so using the law of attraction doesn't necessarily mean that you are a spiritual being. Okay, you could be an egocentric being using the law of attraction. Right? There's many people who use the law of attraction who are functioning on the 3D, who are functioning of just manifesting stuff for themselves, and it's all about them, me, etc., etc. So we want to learn how to shift ourselves into understanding that the spirituality and the law of attraction can work together to really create the life that you want. So the law of attraction by itself, the egocentric way of using the law of attraction, does not require you to grow, expand, become a greater version of yourself. It's just like manipulating reality. It's just, put out your visualizations. It's all about me. It's all about manifesting, etc., etc. Whereas when you combine spirituality with the law of attraction, now it's about becoming a greater version of yourself. You see how that works? So that's the difference. So that's why that's one of the reasons why you got to be bothered to be spiritual. Okay, #1 reason why you should be bothered being spiritual is because it gives you a sense of accountability about life in general. The way you are being to yourself, the way you are being to others, the way you are being to other beings. Right? You have accountability because when you believe that there's a higher power, and like you're being judged, or you're going to be judged at the end of life, or that you want to graduate this lifetime, then you're going to be a better person, right? You're just naturally going to be a better person. You're going to want to be a better version of yourself. You see, I want to get to the end of my life knowing that I've done great things for other people, and my mission is to raise the vibration of the planet. And so as I got connected to that purpose, as I got connected to my Dharma, guess what? I became a greater version of myself. It affected how I treated people. I grew up in a really rough neighborhood. The person that I am today is not the person that I was before. Getting into spirituality helped me evolve into a greater version of myself. It helped me expand. I didn't used to talk the way that I talk now, right? I used to be a different person. I have a completely different identity, and so I operate from a completely different space. And because I believe that in life, at the end of life, there's going to be a certain grade that you get, or some sort of graduation process. It's like we're here to play the game of life so that we can get to the next level. If you're playing Mario or Sonic, right, and you want to get to the next level, you collect your coins. I love collecting the coins, right? The coins and the rings on Sonic and Mario, right? The more coins that you get, the better, right? You get more points, right? That's my thing, right? How many points, how many coins or rings can you collect? You see. Now, the other way that people play these 2 games is they just rush to the end. If you're playing Sonic, you just want to get to the end and win, right? But a lot of people don't collect the rings, right? And a lot of people don't collect the coins and get your points up. So what we want to do is learn to collect the coins and the rings. And we do that by knowing at the end of life, if you're going to school, right, and you're studying for something, you paid 50 grand, 100 grand, 200 grand, 300 grand for a degree or whatever it is, right, in university, you want to make sure that you do the best that you can so you get your money's worth, right? How about we do that with life? Maybe we paid to be here. Who knows? Maybe this is training. Who knows? But what I've experienced in my own life is that my life has become better through connecting with a higher power, knowing that there's some sort of God or higher being or higher self or cosmos, whatever label, name you want to put in. If you're religious, ascended master Jesus Christ, Lion of Judah, it could be Jah, right? It could be whatever Muslim, it could whatever belief system that you have, right? It gives you that level of accountability to show up in a certain way, you see. And so having that accountability is cool because now you get to raise your vibration, which automatically invokes the law of attraction and helps you manifest greater things. But also it requires you to work on your dharma and your karma, right? When you work on your dharma, which is your rules, your philosophies, your purpose, once you work on that, you live a more fulfilling life and you're fulfilling the mission of God or higher power, right? So that's just my perspective on it. The second thing that I want to share with you, why bother being spiritual, is it gives you a sense of responsibility. So accountability is more like, okay, I need to do this, otherwise I'm going to be judged. And responsibility for me is like, I feel like I have a responsibility to raise the vibration of the planet. And just a minute ago, I spoke about following your dharma, right? Finding your purpose work, finding your mission. Now I have a responsibility. My mission is to raise the vibration of the planet. And so when you're connected with something like that, you have a responsibility. And so I want to live out my best life in terms of helping people, in terms of serving people, so that I get to shift and raise the vibration of the planet and know that I've done a good job. So that gives me motivation, that gives me drive, that gives me passion, because I'm connected with something. And so I feel responsible. Now, I don't feel responsible into changing people's lives. I don't feel like I'm attached to that. What I do feel responsible for is doing the best that I can. So it leads back to being a greater version of yourself. I believe that's what spirituality is all about. Growing, expanding, becoming a greater version of yourself. It gives you responsibility to love more, to be more, to contribute more. And it also gives you the responsibility to accept more and allow more. Because we have duality and polarity. We have the masculine and the feminine. The feminine is about receiving. That is spirituality. And so we need to learn how to receive. That's spirituality. We need to learn how to receive money. A lot of us in the spiritual community were afraid to receive money. This is lack of spirituality. You're not stepping into your divine feminine. You're not embracing your full femininity by saying money is bad, I'm not allowed to receive money, money blocks, etc., etc. When you heal your money blocks and you open yourself up to receiving money and abundance and joy and success and greatness, guess what? You're stepping more into your spirituality. The goal is to become whole and complete. I had a call with one of my friends, her name's 11, and she was telling me about how Aries operate. And she gave me this tool that I kind of knew about myself, but she showed it to me in a way where it triggered me into taking action and shifting it. And because I'm able to shift this particular thing about myself, it's opened me up to more abundance, more life, you see. And so we want to learn how to grow so that we open ourselves up to more life, which is the feminine, opening up. Masculine is injecting, making stuff happen, going forth, right? The feminine is about opening up and allowing and receiving. And so as you grow more, you become more allowing. The 3D is mostly masculine right now. And what I teach is to operate from the 5D, which is both the masculine and the feminine, and embracing duality and uniting the feminine and the masculine so that we're operating from complete power and not operating from egocentric levels of power, which is make stuff happen, manifest what you want, manipulate reality. So why bother becoming spiritual? Well, it gives you a sense of responsibility. It gives you power. It gives you focus. It gives you purpose. It gives you meaning. And so we can be spiritual, or we can just be law of attraction. The choice is yours, right? I wouldn't say this spiritual journey is easy, but it's way easier than just functioning from law of attraction 3D stuff, because you have a sense of power. You see life in a specific way, and so you're operating from complete abundance. So when bad things happen, you see it from a different light to the 3D type people who take it personally, take the trauma, whatever it is, right? And so that's what I would say about operating from both spirituality and law of attraction and combining the two. The last thing I want to share with you, number 3, is it helps you become greatness. Okay, so these kind of tie into it together, right? It's all about greatness. You become excellence. You become who you are meant to be. I mean, I don't believe we can reach our full potential, right? We can always grow. We can always expand and become greater versions of ourselves. But it's like you become closer to God. My philosophy and spirituality is growing and expanding, becoming your greatest version, but it's also to become more pure. I notice over time my mind, my thoughts, my emotions towards other people and myself are becoming more pure. I'm becoming purer and purer and purer and purer. More sweet. I don't mean like I speak sweet. I don't feel like necessarily being a sweet person. What I'm saying is like the way in which I think about the world and people and others, and, you know, myself, is becoming more and more pure. And so in doing that, I'm becoming a greater version of myself. I'm becoming greatness. I'm becoming excellence. I'm becoming closer to a higher power. I'm cleansing out myself. And through cleansing out myself, my vibration is raising. So I'm raising the vibration of the planet. Not only that, through me purifying myself, I'm able to teach and give from a very pure space, a more abundant space. And so that in turn raises the vibration of the planet. And so the reason why you want to become more spiritual is to become more of a purer version of yourself. Becoming more angelic. The more angelic you can become, the more magic can happen in life, the more miracles that can happen in life. And so when you move into these vibrational frequencies, more things go your way because you've done the work. You've grown. A tree doesn't just grow, right? It works to grow. Right? And so we want to learn that when you came here into this world, you came through seminal fluid, right? And you had to fight to win, right? You had to work to get and win and reach that egg, right? And then you had to work to even get into the egg. And so that's working on yourself. As you work on yourself, you expand into a human being. Now the next level is, what are we expanding into next? Right? Are you still doing the work? Right? Continue doing the work, continue being in your power, and continue operating from love. So the 3 tips that I gave you here today is become accountable. It helps you become accountable. It helps you be more responsible. And it helps you become your greatness. So if this sounds like you, maybe in life you've been hurt. Maybe there's been traumas that you've been through. Maybe you've suffered through certain things. And this has a certain imprint in your mind, in your psychology, in your psyche, in your emotions, in your beingness. And you just can't help but operate from a certain space, maybe from hate or anger or resentment or regret. Maybe you're operating from these spaces and it's not serving you and you know it. And you can't forgive the past. You can't get over it. You can't shift it. You don't know why. But you want to move forward. There's a part of you that wants to move forward, that wants to expand, that wants to become a greater version of yourself. Beloved, you need to heal. Beloved, you need to shift. You need to embrace your power and realize the stuff that has happened to you is a projection of other people's 3D, other people's egocentric, other people's traumas, other people's pains. And so you have to let that go. You have to shift that. But if you want an actual expert to help you shift that, then I recommend neutrality shifting coaching. Go to neutralityshifting.com, sign up, and learn about more how we can help you heal the past, shift your traumas, shift all of your pains so that you can step into the 5D and operate from complete abundance and joy and prosperity. All right? So the link will be there. There'll be a video on screen right now that you can click on as well. Keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.